All right, so this is Hot Seat Coaching. So I'm here to answer your questions, give you advice, give you any type of insight. It seems like the theme today is that everybody's trying to pivot. Everybody, y'all are tired, okay?
Yes, yeah.
Trust me, I understand like how draining it is to have to be pulled in two directions. Like this is a career. I spent mad money on this career, like time, energy, like investments. But now my heart and my mind and like my passion is pulling me here. The thing that really keeps them tethered is turning the overwhelm into excitement. Like I had to keep psyching my mind. If I didn't do that, I would have literally went to work every day and was doing my clients very resentfully, like, why are you here even though they paying my bills, I would feel like that because I don't really want to be here. But I started looking at it like, okay, I'm gonna knock this out. I'm so excited to go home and work on my boot camp. I'm so excited to go home and work on my webinar. Like I can't wait until I hit this goal so that I can do that. You have to put yourself in position for the change that you're asking for. And within that, to make it fun, to make it exciting, have different milestones. Like for me, I didn't take off that additional day until my digital products were earning me that day's rate. So if my day's rate is 600, I honestly waited until my boot camps, my ebooks and stuff like that was generating $600 a month before I took that day off. Or you can even start with something small. Like if I can get one webinar ticket sale to pay for a steam treatment that I was going to physically do, if I can have something digital to pay for that, if I can sell 20 products, physical products, retail to pay for a day of work, like if you start to work towards a milestone, it does make the journey fun and it makes it a little bit more enduring because it's going to be a lot. You're definitely going to feel tugged. The first, I guess, tier is rebooking, which I think you guys are calling pre-booking, but that's just like they've already been a client. You're rebooking, you're booking them again. And as long as they're booking within the window that you have, because I'm not sure if you're doing my full course, but you should have already created a booking frequency. Like, are you going to open your schedule 30 days or 60 days or whatever? But the first booking tier is that I am rebooking all of my clients up until the day that I don't have open yet. The second tier is the wait list. And the wait list is just a gateway to the next tier, which is priority booking or pre-booking, whichever one you want to call it. But the wait list is important before you get to priority booking because people first need to see that you are filled to capacity and you have a wait list. Like people are waiting for openings. I say that you also need a wait list because when people do cancel, you really want to have a better opportunity of filling that spot without you having to post on social media. Like, I got a appointment in 30 minutes. Do you want it? Girl, no, because I can't even get there in 30 minutes. But if you push the wait list, then it's like, okay, I looked at her appointment last week. I put myself up there for 5 dates on her wait list and I'm just waiting. After that, the reason I call the wait list a gateway is because if you're fully booked, you will see that unless people cancel on you a lot, there aren't going to be many opportunities for them to come off of the wait list. And that is what's going to make them say, I will pay you to allow me to book ahead of time. And everybody offers it different. Like for me, because I had a website, I had a page on my website that was specifically for booking, but it was also like I don't know, like the first through the seventh every other month when priority booking would open on that page on my website, there would be a pop-up form there and it would say, if you would like to priority book, fill this out. It's their name, it's the 5 dates that they would like, the services that they would like, and the times that they would like. And so that's like an intake form, because if you don't have an intake form, what you're kind of doing is more so getting them into paying like a membership for them to be able to book ahead instead of you booking them. So the wording is like that you can pay a convenience fee. It's not a deposit or anything, it's just a convenience fee in order to be able to secure your spot before the schedule opens to the public. That's the wording I use. And I think I put that in the thing. For me, I believe I charged $10 an appointment. That was the convenience fee. I feel like your clarity, because I be getting all up in there. I feel like the clarity you've been asking for and the clarity that you're getting is frustrating you because with clarity comes change. Like if you're asking for clarity and God's giving it to you and he's like, okay, so change this, so do that. You're getting these downloads in real time. And so you want to do these changes in real time. But then you also are like, now it probably seems like I'm all over the place or I'm back and forth. But that's the frustrating part when you start really getting specific with your prayers and how it like really shakes ish up like your whole world because you asked for this. So I would just be mindful like this is your season of clarity. It is going to be frustrating because you're going to continue to change things. But for me, it's refinement. You're refining your offers, you're refining your business, you're refining what your day to day looks like, what your CEO schedule looks like, what you want your future to look like. So I would be happy and excited about that and less frustrated about it because you're getting closer and closer to what you're asking for, or closer and closer to a clear vision at least. So you know exactly what you want to do. You just are unsure what your transition is going to look like.
Yes.
When I was transitioning and I'm like, okay, I know that I want to educate. I know that I want to host like workshops and stuff like that. I just had to do it. I think
Yeah.
what you're thinking is, and you're probably thinking like this because it is how I teach, which is like, we need to have a plan. We need to have a strategy. Like we need to have all the things laid out. However, before that plan is experience, which is why we dabbled into the webinar. Like we need to experience these things that you're saying that you want to like fully delve into once you're behind the chair, like 50%, 60% or whatever. But we have to do it first before we're even planning an exit strategy or like we're fully transitioning from behind the chair. And I think you're already doing that. I think you just have to continue to experience and dabble into all the things so that when you do decide to transition, you are very clear. I don't like to do webinars. I rather do digital products that I don't have to like show up for, or I really like to mentor people. Like you would already know the answer to that because you've experienced it. I love strategies and plans, and I also know that when you pivot like that type of pivot, no one can prepare you for how it's really going to be or how you're going to be received with your new target audience until you do the work to build it first before you fully jump in.
Right.
And it's sometimes it's not really about patience. You're just excited. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you're excited. You're ready to just do it. You're ready to like get into it and be able to really spend your time and your days and your weeks doing the new things that you love. But you still have to come to the salon and take clients. So the excitement, that's why I was saying, like, if you can turn that excitement into continuously creating these new experiences with digital products and stuff like that, like put your excitement to creation, then I think it would be a much smoother like flow when you do decide to step from behind the chair.
Okay, I like that.
Thank you for your question. Your tagline or your name on Instagram, you wanted to still have your actual name in it, even and the SEO, like what people are going to type in to actually search for you specifically. So you have one part, but we're just missing your name. You're a trusted pedicure specialist, an educator keeping you sandal ready all year round. Oh, that's cute. I like that. You're definitely in front of the camera often, which is good. Okay, I'll give you some quick advice. Which one is this? Your second pinned post. Whenever I personally look at content like this, like let's say this popped up on the Explore page. When you see a piece of content on the Explore page, the only thing we see, unless you kind of scroll to it, is the cover image. So I would want to look at this, but then when I click on it, the words pop up so quickly that I would be overwhelmed and I wouldn't watch it anymore. And I think that just thinking about timing with Instagram Reels, you want to make sure like, yes, the 6 to 10 seconds reels work on Instagram, but not if people can't read in time, because it actually makes people more overwhelmed and then they're just going to scroll and not actually consume it.
Oh, that's good. Okay.
Let me go to another one. When your nail tech asks you what happened to your broken nail, do you feel like your content is for consumers and nail techs, or either or? Not scratching the sheets. That's funny. Okay, I really like the pedicuring 101. That's nice. I like those. I would definitely sprinkle in more of those. All the ones before that was more like content of you saying like, okay, I'm celebrating this, or a lot of point of views. I think point of views did well when they were like new, but now people need a little bit more value in the content. Or you kind of want to say something profound in your point of view. But I can tell like your pedicuring 101 has a lot more likes and possibly even more views because you are educating. You came camera ready, you're face to camera, but then the ones before that just seemed like they were a little bit surface level in terms of what you're saying on the reel. And remember, y'all, not to turn this into just content, but when you guys do y'all's reels, even if you're going to have more information in the caption, you have to say enough on the text on the reel for people to read the caption. And you have to tell them to read the caption. So like if I'm saying 3 things every pedicure specialist needs to know, and I list like the 3 things very generally on the reel, then at the very bottom in the last 3 seconds of the reel, I'm saying like, let me break it down to you and point down into the caption so people can actually read it. I say that because I see that your captions are pretty long, and that's probably where all your value goes. But we got to kind of hear it in the reel too, or see it in the reel. I would be more consistent with the text that you use on your screen. When we talk about new viewers to your page, like before they decide to follow you, they are kind of scanning through your whole page as a whole. You don't have any highlights, so there's no way for them to just get like a quick glimpse as to what you do. So if I'm looking at your page as a whole as a new follower, because there's so many different words on each reel as a whole, and they're all different text, I would be a little overwhelmed with feeling like she's going to give me a whole bunch of value in every one of these videos, which sounds good. But if it's not, what's the word we're looking for? Scroll stopping or binge worthy, like things like that, it can just seem like a lot of information. Yes, the lettering on the text more consistent, and the cover image that you use for your reels, make it just like what you are about to talk about, not the listing of like the detail part.
Okay.
Yeah, because some of these are actual paragraphs, and those are your cover images, so I wouldn't use those. I would love, like I said, you don't have highlights, and in highlights people can usually get like a quick glimpse of what you do, what you offer, what you value, who's your perfect client. But because you don't have that, I would beef up your bio a little bit more to tell me who you service. Like, are you looking for potential or aspiring pedicure specialists, or are you looking for people who like really just they want to take care of their feet, or both? Because if it is both, you need 2 taglines in your Instagram bio. Your content has definitely been more cohesive lately, which is good because it leaves a lasting impression, and it's impressive, like when people see it. You have a reel and it says braiders. Your hands have the skill. Now it's time to build the business. This is what I was saying. If there is no real value here, it's encouraging, but it's nothing that's going to make me feel like, oh my gosh, she just spoke to me. Let me like this, or let me save it or share it, or even comment. When we use social media as a business, we have to be intentional with everything. We're not wasting any type of reels or posts just because we just feel like it. We really want everything to hit home to some degree, whether it's educational, informational, inspirational, like to some degree, so that we are capturing a new lead potentially, not just fans, because we're not making no money off of that. We need them to like book or do something, buy something. So I would just say be mindful of that. A video like this that doesn't necessarily show a finished product, but it also doesn't give me something to walk away with that will give me a quick win or a new mindset shift, to beef it up a little bit more on your reel. Filler content, don't post it. If you're already trying to figure out what your content style is, like if it's filler and there really is no value there, you probably wouldn't even save it or share it with somebody or comment under it. Try to just boost it up a little bit more before you post it. And I think that's also going to kind of push your creativity with content too, until you find like your groove. Also, last thing, anybody that is still building up your clientele, put your city and state in your reels, like clients in Alabama, clients in like whatever, because that makes them find you quicker. And with clients, because they know they have to physically come to you, stylists could just learn from you online. It's easier for them to convert if they know where you are. In so many words, when you know you're ready to pivot, you can start cutting the fat where you can. So like how she went from 6 clients a day to 3. For me, I went to working 5 days a week to 4 to 3. I'm just cutting the fat until it's enough to sustain me while I'm still trying to pivot and to do something else. So for you, that could also be niching down even more. That could also be like condensing your service menu even more to almost where you only probably offer 2 to 3 different styles. For me, everything started at $90. Nothing was under that. And I did that because I knew that at the end of my career, anything less than $90 wasn't really worth my time anymore. Like, I don't want you to come in and get a quick cut or like a treatment in steam. Like, no. So for you, if you know that you still want to pivot, like that is your future, I would continue to cut the fat. It's not a prompt. I be typing a whole story. Like, so it's hard, like, because people on threads, not our thread, but like Instagram threads, be asking for ChatGPT prompts. And I'm like, how are y'all just coming out with one sentence or like one question? I'm typing a whole story because I need ChatGPT to understand, okay, this is what I do. This is who I'm trying to help. These are my intentions. These is everything. And then at the end, okay, can you create a sales page? Can you create a newsletter? But I give it all that information. So some of the things that I was asking it when I was like in a weird mode is like, okay, can you give me an idea of what it would look like from where I am now to where I'm trying to be? Like what would that 6-month strategy look like? Or from everything I've ever told you, what is like my zone of genius that I can't see? Or something like I'd be asking to introspect. I'd be like, I've even asked ChatGPT out of all of my services, and of course I tell them what my services are and what they do in the price point. I tell it everything. What do you feel like I'm missing for this to be what my target audience wants and needs? It spits back a lot of good information. So yeah, I would be very specific. Every little thing that you're questioning, ChatGPT is perfect for a back and forth brain dump and brainstorming. It's perfect for that. So it doesn't necessarily need to be a prompt. You can just go into it as a conversation, to be honest. I mean, I've definitely done it. And I think that's why I am so, like, I try to raise the yellow flag before you do that, because when you hire a content manager, they're going to ask you what your content guidelines are and your messaging and your tone. What are you promoting this month? What are we trying to push? What's the focus is? But if you do the content thing in the resource library, whether you do it or not, like use it to make content, you can give that to a new content manager. But the only thing is, they're literally going to start charging you the second you guys work together, which is why I'm like, have all this together already. Like, even to you saying you don't have a content style, a lot of content managers are not really there to make a style. They're there to make you consistent on social media. Even to your point of engaging, because it is important to engage before and after you post. A lot of content managers don't do that anymore. They'll literally just create your content and then give it to you to post, so then you'll still have to engage. So there are certain things that I feel like you should still put into practice now before you hire somebody. And then when you hire somebody, it's going to be money well spent because they are very clear on the direction that you want them to go with. Really quick, I have noticed that now that I have auto DMs, like, comment this word to get that, people aren't really commenting just a comment under my post. So it isn't much to manage anymore. So I was going to say, like, for you, if your thing is just, I want them to book, I would just be very clear with what the call to action is, so that that's really all they're posting under your reel. My auto DM is with Stan Store. I was going to try to learn ManyChat, but I'm like, this is too many steps. It probably isn't, but I was like, I had a feeling Stan Store was going to come out with their own, and they did. So I'm spoiled now. Who's next? One thing that could really help you is having like a campaign schedule with your content, with products, because that's what brands do anyway. When they launch a new product or they're really trying to push a specific product, their content is more like a campaign. Like, first, we're going to talk about, what products people are using right now that this product could replace. Next week, we're going to talk about like the one thing that this product will do to make your life or your wash day easier. The third week, we're going to talk about maybe like the 2 things that this product can replace in your bathroom shelf right now. Like if you think about it as like a product campaign, it might be easier for you to create content that still feels organic because it all circles back to hair, which is what you're comfortable capturing and like posting. But you just have to be very mindful of pulling out the benefits of the products because that's how they sell. It's like the benefits, does it make your life easier? Do people actually want it? Those three things, if you have that within your content, then more people are more interested in looking up the product or, seeing reviews or testing it out. The last thing I was going to say is I don't want y'all to think that when you get over on this side, it's easy because it's not. And I hope I don't make it look easy, but it is very much still content. Y'all saying yes? No, it's not. It's very much still content. It's very much still adapting to things, creating offers, listening to your target audience, like switching things up. Oh, now my email automation isn't working. I got to fix that before my first call. Like it's still those things, which is why I want you guys to adapt excitement over anything else. Because if you look at it negative, even when you come over into retirement and you're in a whole different, business model, it still is kind of the same grind, really. So it'll honestly a little bit harder for me because if you have like clients, they're consistent, but when you come over to this side, that doesn't necessarily mean that retail is consistent or that coaching clients are consistent or that ebook sales are consistent. It's different. So don't be in a rush, and also just be mindful that your mindset still has to be positive, encouraging, like, exciting. Okay, so I just gave you guys a sneak peek on my hot seat coaching call within my private community, Beauty Pro to CEO. If you are a beauty professional, that means hairstylist, nail tech, esthetician, lash tech, and you're really looking for a community where you can gain tailored advice, strategy, solutions, guidance, and just like literally a genuine community of other beauty professionals who are like trying to put the work in to level up, trying to unlock their CEO mindset and make the best decisions for their business and keep a sustainably profitable business. I need you to join us, okay? There is a 7-day free trial to join my community. I would love to see you in there. Every single month, I cover a different topic and I go live twice a month. And all of my past trainings, webinars, my course, my signature course, which is Business Beyond the Chair, is on there. All my templates are on there. You're literally set when you join Beauty Pro to CEO. So I would love to see you in there. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment what resonated with you below. Bye.